one of my favorite things to do when I'm working with briefing program professionals and or creative designers is to pull from our experience in other markets and verticals. And some of the best experiences that we've done are really rooted in theme parks, attractions, and museums. I love pulling from those to talk about what we can do in corporate briefing centers because they're fun, and why not make it, create that kind of experience in this sort of environment. So
very cool translation. I like that.
Yeah. Thanks. The project that I've kind of planned to talk about right now is an open space that you can go to. It's in Orlando, Florida. It's the Atlantis Space Shuttle exhibit at the Kennedy Space Center. And they do a really good job of storytelling in this space. And what I mean by that is they bring you in and they immediately set up the context about what you're about to experience. Again, this is extremely relatable to when you bring a client into your center, right? So they start by setting that context and creating a buildup. In this particular example, that starts in a pretty big theater. You walk in, standing theater, kind of looks like the inside of a shuttle, big projection everywhere, and you get to hear the story about the requests that came in to build this shuttle, the engineers who worked on it, why they thought it was crazy or wouldn't work, and the trials and tribulations they went through, and then ultimately, obviously, the success and the excitement of it. And after they get you excited about it and ready to go, 2 large doors move away, the projection turns off, and you are literally standing right in front of the actual shuttle that went into space and is there in this picture. There's a large LED wall behind it that looks like the Earth, so it makes you feel kind of immersed, like you're seeing the shuttle as if you're on a spacewalk and looking down on Earth. And then so that's kind of that huge, big reveal moment. And how can you not get excited when you see something like that? Right. And then, they allow you to then go and kind of build your own story. There's simulators in the space. There's interactives, there's videos, there's other things on display. They have that shuttle, obviously, and then a few replicas of the Hubble telescope. And there's a large, theater that kind of shows you all the stars and is very immersive. So, but all of that is super cool, but it really wouldn't, these people are coming from their home or they're coming from work and they're not ready yet to just walk in and see a space shuttle, because you might go, cool, space shuttle, sweet, got it, right? But seeing that video and getting ramped up and excited is really the meaningful, it kind of sets the stage for the rest of it and makes it really fun and exciting. I've heard a story from a colleague that when this opened, they brought in the astronauts who flew on that, some of them that flew on that shuttle, and they didn't know what the experience was going to be. And it was a very emotional, very powerful time for them to see this thing in front of them. And if you notice in the picture, fun fact, there are cables that are coming down to hold those doors open. They had to install those cables, or else the doors would have fallen off because there's gravity. They weren't designed to be opened on Earth. So it's kind of a cool thing that they had to do there.